So today I want to get into the real tea of my transition from vegan to not vegan, how I did it, what made my mindset shift, if I had any physical symptoms, and ultimately why I decided to do it. I was heavy in the raw tofu vegan movement. 2016 especially was the big year of that movement. So not only was I vegan, but it was specifically a high carb lifestyle. The way that it was marketed made a lot of sense to me at the time, you know, being a teenage girl. So as a teen girl, you know, you already have issues with your body. You know, your body's just changing, your hormones are changing, you're going through a lot, experiencing a lot of new things. Then there's also the pressure from society, you know, and beauty standards. And I think especially due to the internet, I feel like it's even worse now. And bullying, you know, not only at school, but like reading things online. So I know a lot of women relate, you know, as far as having body image issues, ultimately an unhealthy relationship with food as a result of that. So when I discovered being vegan, it just made a lot of sense to me at the time because it was marketed as this way that you could eat whatever you wanted. You didn't have to worry about restricting yourself. You could eat in abundance. I think a lot of people at that time, especially, were in a similar situation, having some unhealthy relationship with food and then thinking that it was fixed because they're eating now this way, when in reality it was kind of the same problem, just presenting in maybe a different way. At first I felt really good just because I think I was eating finally. Throughout this whole time, my gut health was not good. I was so bloated all the time. It was actually kind of stressful to figure out what to eat. I feel like I was always thinking about food. I could never get satiated. I would just need to keep eating and eating and eating. And if you look at my videos from that era, you can kind of tell, you know, I'm like skinny, but I look inflamed. My skin was really bad. My face looks puffy. My face is red a lot of the times. Like, I don't look healthy and balanced. But I think also, you know, it was just kind of fun to be part of the community. I was so passionate about it. I loved making videos about it. It just, you know, felt like I had found the answer. I wasn't looking at the full situation in the context that I can now as an adult, you know, reflecting. So some time goes by, I move to LA, I start lifting weights and working out, and it was about 5 or 6 months of doing this, and I started to get these really intense cravings for animal protein. It started with salmon. Even at this time, you know, I was kind of out of that community, but I was still known as like a vegan YouTuber. I was still vegan, you know, so when I started having these cravings, it definitely brought on a lot of shame and just feeling guilty, you know, because at this time too, there were still drama videos being made about me. Like if I had something non-vegan in a vlog that wasn't even mine, there would be like a drama channel video posted about it. So it was very stressful, you know, to be having these cravings. And at the same time, I had switched up what I was eating. I was definitely incorporating more protein sources. I wasn't like a high carb vegan anymore. I remember eating like pumpkin seeds and trying like vegan meats, like the soy protein meat. These things were really hurting my stomach. Like I remember going to Veggie Grill all the time in Hollywood, and every time I would eat that, like the fake chicken or whatever, my stomach would be torn up. And mind you, this whole time I'm still having gut issues, but I'm literally just accepting that as normal. It would be stressful to eat before because I didn't want to be bloated, and sometimes it felt like the only thing that wouldn't make me feel just like uncomfortably bloated and weird would be like a french fry, which obviously that's not healthy, but it was just like this stress, you know, and that's definitely an indicator that something is off. So some time goes on and I decided to try salmon. I started incorporating egg whites, and it was just like here and there. I wasn't coming out about it because I didn't know if it was something I wanted to like stick to. I was just kind of trying it out. More time goes on and then I'm like, yeah, there's no way I can go back. I started to feel better. And also, mind you, this is subsiding my cravings, but I'm still having horrible gut health. And then I get the worst acne out of nowhere, it seems. I don't think I even put the two together at the time of like, I'm having these really bad gut issues and now I'm having this severe cystic acne. I had always had acne, you know, throughout my teen years, whatever, but it was always like T-zone, you know, just like hormonal regular acne. This was like all over my cheeks. It would go on my neck, my jaw, everywhere. It was painful. It was really horrible, honestly. Like, I would wake up every day and just look in the mirror and cry. And if you've ever had acne like that, you know how it feels. And it's hard to even imagine that now, looking back, because like, I get a pimple here and there now, but blessed, you know. I just remember I was eating all these healthy foods. Like, she's a healthy wellness girly till the end. But everything was triggering my stomach, and just I would be so bloated. I just could not. It was really frustrating. And again, I'm not even really putting it together that, like, yeah, I've been eating imbalanced for so long that finally it's like really starting to, like, my body's trying to tell me something. Something is off balance, something is wrong. So I ended up going on Accutane for my acne, which thank God. I have a whole series on my Accutane journey. I was only on it for like 5 months. Also, I think it was like before that I came out publicly like I'm not vegan anymore, guys. I received a lot of backlash, but at that time it was far enough away from the movement. I feel during this time a lot of other people were starting to like come out as non-vegan too. So it was just kind of interesting, you know. This diet, it seems, it was not sustainable for a lot of women, especially long term. It really wasn't even until a few years ago that I started incorporating red meat. Just in the past year or 2 years that I started incorporating dairy, having like Greek yogurt, not freaking out if they accidentally make my coffee with regular milk, you know. And my gut health now, 10 out of 10. I think you know you're at a place of health and balance when it's just not something you have to think about. And I just eat such a greater variety of food and animal proteins and foods that are really rich in collagen and healthy fats. That transition period was really hard, but I think that was more so a result of me not listening to my body for so long than finally listening to my body. So what I would recommend, because I will get messages from people asking me like, how did you do this? Like, I've been vegetarian or vegan for this long, I'm scared. Like, how did you overcome that? If I were you, I would start small. I was not all in right away. I started with like salmon and egg whites, not even an egg, which is so stupid. And then I started eating chicken, and then it wasn't until a couple years of doing that then I started incorporating red meat, and now it's like basically everything, you know. Certain things I'm not like buying them at the grocery store all the time. I just feel like my relationship with food is so much better, and I just have such a better relationship with my body and being able to tell what it needs when it feels off, and I just have so much more trust in myself and my body. If you guys watch my what I eat in a day videos, you know kind of the vibes. I think a lot of people also do deal with that guilt of, you know, being vegan for so long and like doing it for the animals and the planet. But I actually just filmed a podcast with my friend that's a nutritionist, and she specializes in these issues. We were just talking before the podcast, and she put it so well. So many women especially want to be vegan or vegetarian because it is that emotional reasoning, you know, of like, I want to do this because I care about animals, I care about the planet. But you need to care about yourself first. And you can't sacrifice yourself and your own health and body and well-being for this like greater message if you're feeling off and sick and like having these issues. I truly believe that in order to have a healthy world and in order to make the world a better place, we need to start with ourselves and our own bodies, because so much of the world and society and like mainstream media is about taking us out of our bodies, you know. Don't listen to what your body's telling you, listen to what we're telling you. Buy our product. You need this, you need that because we say so, buy our product. And we're really just trained from a young age, honestly, to think that way. And you know, especially as women, our intuition is so strong and our bodies are so wise and powerful. And when we lose touch with that, everything just can fall apart. So in order to have strong relationships with others, in order to pursue your dreams and goals, I'm not saying you don't have to be vegan or you can't do that while being vegan, but it's like if you're struggling with these issues, you need to identify the root of the cause. And that might be including a little bone broth, you know, having some red meat once in a while. It just feels so good to be at a place where I don't need to constantly be stressed, you know, about what I'm eating. Is this gonna trigger me and then I feel like I can't go to this event or go on a date or go hang out with my friends because I'm just like having bad digestion. If something feels wrong or off, your body is trying to tell you something. So it's important to tune into that, listen to that, and don't listen to people that are saying there's something wrong with you listening to yourself and your body, because everyone's different. And again, it's like someone could be vegan and have totally no issues, whatever, but that's not going to be the case for everyone. If someone's trying to push something onto you or tell you again like you're wrong, they're literally doing the opposite of what they're preaching. So yeah, look at your entire diet, your lifestyle, and just, you know, experiment. Like try taking certain things out. If you're really craving salmon, maybe give it a try and just see how you feel. But yeah, know that I have your back. I support your decision, and it's just really important that we tune in to ourselves and our bodies. So if you have any questions, I'm definitely here to answer, because I have been through it, girl. Like, it has been a long journey, but we are here with our optimal gut health, not being so bloated after every meal or at the end of the day just feeling like always thinking about food and just like, oh my god. Let me know if you were a part of that vegan movement back in the day. Where are you now? How far have you come? And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.